Hi guys, it's me. I know I haven't updated in a few days, so I thought I'd tell you my story that happened today at the clinic. Oh, it made me so mad. Um, Today I had a follow-up appointment from my last doctor's appointment when I lowered my dose. And they gave me the appointment at 2:15 with the last doctor, like the last time I was at the doctor. And I told him, it's probably not a good idea to have it at 2:15 because my daughter gets off school at 2:40 and we're going to be rushed and I need to be there. Nobody else can be there to pick her up. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. It'll just be in and out just to see how you're doing on your dose and blah, blah, blah. And let me just say that at this clinic, every time you go for any kind of appointment, you might as well clear your whole freaking day because 90% of the time the doctors don't show up on time or they don't show up at all, which I think is pretty screwed up because if drug addicts can get out of bed on time and go to the fucking doctor, they should be there. But anyway, obviously that's a sore point with me. But I wasn't seeing the doctor today. I was seeing one of the counselors who was just going to do a case file, note, blah, and da-da-da-da-da. So I get there at 10 after 2, and I tell the girls right away, my daughter gets off school at 2:40. I already told them that I need to be gone. This is a bad time for me. And he's already in there with somebody. So they're like, oh, yeah, don't worry. It'll be really quick. I'm sitting there. Finally, it's like 20 after 2. And in the meantime, this dude comes in to get his drink. And I can hear the girl talking to him saying, you've missed 3 doctor's appointments in a row. If you don't see anybody today, we're not going to have a script for you tomorrow. Therefore, you're not going to have a drink. So pretty much this is a guy who, can't get his shit together and come down when he's supposed to, which happens a lot there, obviously. So in the meantime, it's 20 after 2. I've told the girls, I got to get going. I can't stay. I'm stressing out thinking my daughter's going to come get off school. There's not going to be anyone there to get her. And that's my priority. So, the guy that I was supposed to be seeing comes out. The girl that was with them comes out of the office. And they tell him, Haley's got to go. And he's like, oh, it'll be 2 minutes. And I'm like, no, seriously, I have to go. And as I'm telling him I have to go, the girl behind the counter is telling him about this other guy who needs to see him because his script is running out. Doesn't he take him in the office? I'm like, excuse me, I have a fucking appointment. I'm here on time. This is a dude that can't get his shit together and come down when he's supposed to, and you're taking him in front of me? So I just told them, no, I can't do this. I got my drink and left and said, to the girl behind the counter, I'm not trying to be hard to get along with because they take a lot of shit from people. And usually I'm pretty easy to get along with there. And I said, she goes, no, I totally understand. We'll reschedule for another day. And I said, I didn't even have time after all this happened. I didn't have time to stand there and reschedule my appointment. I had to get my drink and my meds and get the hell out of there. So, doctor's appointments there are like a constant, almost it seems like, battle. Either you can't get in to see one, or when you do, this last doctor's appointment that I had, not this one today, but the one last week, I had been waiting. It had been canceled 4 times. I'd been waiting for 3 months to get in to see a doctor to lower my dose again. And I guess there was they were changing doctors. The doctor that I usually saw was leaving the clinic and going somewhere else. And let me just say too that at this clinic that I go to, 90% of the time you don't see a doctor in the flesh. I see a doctor over a webcam who is sitting in Toronto. Which, that's all fine and dandy. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. Because all my health problems I go to my family doctor for. I'm only there for my methadone. But, yeah, so I've been there waiting 3 months to see a doctor before I saw one last week. And I'd have appointments and I'd go down there. I take the morning off work, go down there for my 10 o'clock appointment. And either the doctor's, hasn't shown up and they don't know where the hell he is, he hasn't shown up on the webcam, or they're flying in and they're not there, or whatever the hell the problem is, or they're there and they're way backed up, already at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, oh, well, what do you need to see him for? Is it really important? Can we just reschedule? So, I mean, yes, this clinic has been a lifesaver for me, but there's so many stressors that go along with going there, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm interested in getting off this stuff, is because I don't want to have to deal with the bullshit. Like, every day there's something going on there. Or there's some, like, even when I first started, they screwed up my health insurance, and I went in there one day, like, I had insurance, it was supposed to be paying for it. I went in there one day, and they're like, oh, you owe us $370, and we can't give you your drink until you get it. We get it. And that's like Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, you know, I've given you all my shit, all my information, you should have it. And what happened was, one of the people that worked behind the counter had misplaced it. So, thank God, the day before that, I had finally told my parents that I was in treatment for a drug abuse problem, because I had to call them to get them to come down and pay the money, which was a big screw up anyway. And then what we had to do was resubmit we got the money back. We had to submit the receipts and stuff and get the money back, but that never should have happened in the first place. It should have been done with, you know, like, they should have had the information in, and I shouldn't have had to do that. Thank God I had told my parents the day before, because imagine me calling them up and them not knowing about it, saying, hi Dad, by the way, I'm in treatment for a drug problem, but I need you to come down here and pay them $370, or I'm going to be really sick tomorrow, and I'm either going to have to do drugs again or come up with this, like, just because, you know, at that point I had to do something every day, so I wasn't barfing my face off. But anyway, that's me off on a little tangent. I feel better just bitching to the camera about it. I'm probably over my time. I have to check that. And, yeah. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I'd like to say hi to everybody. And, I'm sorry I haven't been on in a while. I've just been really busy, lots of company, and yeah, so see ya. Bye guys.